here we go. We got some DC news. I wouldn't say DC news, but we're
just gonna talk about Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. Golly.
Yo, who saw Justice League World War?
No one.
I did.
I asked the TL. I asked TL today. I was like, "Yo, can we talk about Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, or do you still need time?" I'm deep. No one's there yet. It's another. DC's in a weird. DC Wonder Bros. Or whoever's in charge, they're in a weird thrall right now. I don't know as far who's in charge of promotion and marketing. I wouldn't be surprised it slipped under your nose. If you're not a nerd like us, you probably missed it. Besides the point, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. It's funny, the Flash is always at the helm of these issues.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He isn't the issue though.
They don't get that wrong. He's at the helm at these issues, but he's not the issue.
Yeah. But this movie kind of threw me off instantly.
I'm still thrown off.
Just like Justice League World War. We were like, wait, what's going on? War World. Different stories every time we were panning out from cowboys to black and white to this to that. And all of a sudden, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. What are we doing?
It said, oh, you thought you was confused with War World?
What? Flash is flashing through time.
Flash? When I say Flash is flashing through time, I don't even know how many.
He went to okay. You know how
I'm so familiar with Iris now.
Crisis on Infinite Earth. He was flashing. Flash was flashing through time through Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
He was living many different parallel lives, and it was I was lost.
Let's talk about the world that he did run to. One of the Earths he ran into was a crime syndicate where the Justice League is evil here. They're very corrupt. They basically rule the world. They're the government.
What, Ultraman?
Superman. The Superman here, his name's Ultraman.
Wonder Woman.
Damn, why didn't we get these names? We'll keep chatting, but
Ultraman, Wonder Woman.
It's basically an offshoot. It's a set of the Justice League that's evil, and they have darker undertones on them. So you can imagine that the costumes looking like you see how
Superman got slick back hair, so you know he's a greaseball. Wonder Woman got all black suit. She got an all black suit. The Flash of that universe, the Speedster of that universe, black and red, like he's all black. Which is
got you, Ultraman. Who we just talked about, that's the Superman. Owlman.
Owlman is the Batman.
That would be their Batman. We have Superwoman. That would be their Wonder Woman. And Johnny Quick, which would be on... I don't want to say the wrong term. Aussie?
He was an Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Flash is from Australian with the accent and all. And like I said, the costumes have odd twist, odd evil dark undertones on them. So everyone's even Superwoman, who's this universe's Wonder Woman, she's in black and gold.
Black and gold.
And
who's the Green Lantern? Does it say?
Power Ring.
He was a douchebag.
And Wonder Woman's lasso it makes you submit.
It makes you submit, so you have to tell the truth.
So you're basically telling the truth, but
it's a very torturous way.
Yeah, on the opposite end of the spectrum. Because Wonder Woman's, you're not being tortured.
You're literally you're just talking.
You're eager. You want to tell the truth. Interesting. But yeah, that's one of the Earths Flash goes to. Flash also goes to an Earth where Iris still exists, and he gets to...
I think it was Earth 1, Earth 4, Earth 246.
Damn, we should have wrote down
Earths. There was 5 different Earths five main Earths that they were doing
the Earth
stories to.
There's one Earth where the Justice League is being formed.
Oh, from the beginning. And Wonder Woman's not there. It's what's her name? Tigress. And on that world, the problem that's going on there is Amazo. Amazo was taking Superman's powers.
That's another thing we have to mention. as we talk about this, a lot of stuff is gonna keep popping on our mind, up into our heads, because the movie, an animated movie, was hour 30 plus,
hour 43,
hour 43 of just what is going on,
different world, and we just going back and forth. And then, but here's the cool thing: remember when we settle in the main, basically, they're all getting recruited.
Oh, it comes to a point where everything, I don't want to say everything explained. We start getting answers to what the heck is going on. The Monitor starts to basically, I wouldn't say kidnap, but basically take certain superheroes, or probably all of the superheroes. Strategically picking specific heroes that can help with the situation at hand, and he's going through galaxy. That pick all the galaxies, all the worlds, and picking the best to bring to here. And it was, hell, out of all the scenes I saw in the movie, that was probably like one of my favorite moments in the movie, because
when they all joined, when they all came together,
and everyone's walking up to each other and talking to each other. For instance, there's a Robin that walks up to a Batman, but that Robin's Batman is dead, and the Batman he walks up to never took in Robin.
And we actually got to see a glimpse of that story when Bruce Wayne came to Barry Allen's house and said, "I know you work in the with children. Put him in the system, but put him in this system because that system's bad." And he's like, "He should be good for you. You should take him." He's like, "Absolutely not." And that same Batman gets to see a Robin who, like you said, doesn't have a Batman in his world anymore. And Huntress,
and mind you, Batman goes, "That sounds very irresponsible." Crazy.
Huntress, and then Robin brings up Huntress because Huntress was Batman's daughter in that world, and she's like, "Dad, I just want to see your face again." And he's a little dumbfounded. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But he's so stone cold at the same time. Like, he has no emotions. This Batman. Imagine a Batman that never got a Robin, never got none of that. It's just him and Alfred. It gets to a point that
you can see it on his face. Bruce Wayne doesn't even look like a playboy.
Like, Bruce Wayne doesn't look like Bruce. He looks like you're Batman just without the suit now. Like, you're Batman 24/7.
Grim, ugly face. Like, mean mug. Like, Barry, no. Put him in the system.
Wow,
I didn't come here for a lecture. I came to see if you were gonna help me.
Wow, yeah.
I was like, whoa, Bats, Bruce with it. Relax, relax. But that's besides the point. We're at this Mother Helm ship where the Monitor is basically telling everyone there's this big blanket, like
there's a big dark matter wiping out all the Earths.
Every Earth is just getting demolished, like disintegrated. Just literally a wave of energy just
and I forgot
making everything disappear.
I forgot which character it was, but one of the heroes in the room stands up and says, "Why should we believe you?"
Oh, the question.
Wow, the question. He asked the question. He said, "Why should we believe you? You took us and blah blah blah." And then Batman also agrees. And to get to the point, Flash said, "Wonder Woman, use your lasso." He's telling the truth, and they got the truth from Flash, and he told them what happened.
And it's pretty dope because then the Monitor also explains that there's a certain group of people here. Because you got ones who are super scientists, and they're the highest in their field,
and that's why Batman said this is a think tank, because you came to the realization that
this is not here for us. This is not something that we fight with fists.
This is not. And then Monitor made the remark. He said, "Great evaluation," because the ones that will be using their minds will be here, while the others go to these different planets to fight. Oh, crazy. There's a lot going on. While we're explaining that, there's a lot going on. And throughout this hour-plus long movie, Flash is zip, zam, and zooming through different Earths. Golly.
Which is crazy because it all goes back around to this one world that he keeps going to where he's an older Flash.
And he's lived his life out with
older Iris.
But before we get there, you have to remember, this is what I loved about it. On the Earth where the Justice League is forming, remember they're trying to get rid of Amazo.
Yes.
And that was a whole thing in itself. So they battle it out. Boom, 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 boom. They get.
Oh my God!
Thank you. I was waiting for it. I was waiting
the full
for
circle moment. Okay. You're right. Before all of that, like he's saying, they defeat Amazo. But it was a big battle. Amazo was winning.
Lex Luthor came through, all that jazz. You know how Lex is. Tried to override Amazo to make Amazo steal everyone's powers. But
they went to get the original scientist that made Amazo, and who was tricked to make Amazo, thinking that he could get his life back because he had a disease. It's a de-aging disease.
And come to find out, Lex Luthor gave him the de-aging disease in the first place, so it was all a big play. And this, I mentioned it as we watched it. This is the most slimiest scum Lex I've ever seen.
He's scum.
What the heck?
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Killed that man.
They defeated Amazo.
But Amazo's was
defeated mentally.
Amazo's
or programmed.
Amazo's such a good robot. Like, he feels ashamed that he went against what he was made for. That dilemma right there was perfect.
He was supposed to, what was it?
Protect, help humans.
Protect and save humans.
And Lex Luthor had them doing the total opposite of that.
Fast forward to what I was saying. Fast forward with the Flash. Wow. Anyways, fast forward to what I was saying, how Flash always came to different planets, universe, with him in it. He had this one part where he kept going to this older version of him with Iris. Come to find out, that was actually a present time. He just had to... He basically vibrated himself with Iris because it was coming towards Iris and created his own fast universe within that universe because he had to save the world. He had to create that... what was it that
so he did that at the time. So that's why whenever you went to that world, everything around them was slow.
Everything looked slow. People were slow, but you saw, but they looked like they were moving normal.
Yes.
He sped his life forward. Ugh.
Oh my God.
To create basically one of, I think, 5 super antennas that would basically all power up to stop
the dark matter from engulfing all the planets. Oh my gosh. You guys gotta see this.
Iris, old Iris disappears.
Oh, yeah. She had a little fall. Whatever.
She disappears eventually. And
I like that she told Barry, we had a great life, bro. I said that 2 hours watching. I was like,
we had a great run.
We lived life.
Dolo.
We had this whole planet to ourselves.
Me, you, and
we come to find out, Amazo.
Because Amazo was basically giving Barry the specs on how he needs to do it, how much power you need to give me so I can go ahead and power up this one antenna. Amazo was the middle of the antenna. Oh my God, he lost Iris and Amazo because after they finally powered it up, he goes, Amazo, we did it. He looks, and Amazo's head is kaput, done, sizzled, crashed in. He looked like Vision. He looked like Vision when Thanos took that thing off his forehead, man.
Like that, and it was full circle. Amazo finally did what his purpose was in the first place. They did that well. A lot of full circling went out well for them.
They stopped. They finally stopped the dark matter from continuing on destroying all these Earths. But what was crazy was, who was it that came at the end? What was his name with the green cape?
The Spectre.
The Spectre came through and said, he said something that threw me off.
He said like, I told you it would work. You thought it didn't. You didn't have faith. Yeah. He said that to the monitor. And I'm like, again, guys, this is just part 1. We could have all the thieves in the world. I'm like, even before, remember earlier in the movie, I'm like, is this being done on purpose?
Yeah, because they look weird. They look sus. But as that happens, they stop it. Spectre comes, but then Flash has to go through time again. He finally gets to where he needs to be. Everybody's saved, right? But what happens? Remember, this is part 1. People start disappearing. They're all joyous on the ship. Oh, yeah. Imagine I go to my man's, yo, what's good? And all of a sudden,
disappears.
He's like, yo. And his hand starts disappearing.
Do you remember who first started disappearing? I remember Brainiac started disappearing.
Before Brainiac, it was
someone before that.
It was the tribal girl. I forgot what her name was.
Remember the 2 girls? Pocahontas looking girl.
Pocahontas looking girl. They were happy with each other. Ha ha ha. He. And then she starts disappearing. And she calls Brainiac. Brainiac, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's disappearing. He's like, I know.
That was crazy. He's like, I know.
They're not the only one.
And he's like, remember, I always loved you.
I always.
Damn, yeah, man. Crazy. Yeah, man.
Everybody disappearing. That's part 1.
We don't even know if it's just gonna be if it's gonna start at part 2. They could very well be like, yeah, there's gonna be a part 3 too. We don't know. This is just crazy. I don't know how they're gonna come to an end with this, but yeah. Someone when I asked on the TL on Twitter, have you guys seen Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1 yet? And when they asked me if it was good, it was like, I'm a realist. It's not done yet. I'd be giving you a half-ass answer because the movie's not done yet for me yet.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it for you to watch? Yes, but the story isn't done in totality. How can I tell you yes to something I haven't got all the threads to yet?
I bet you right now, if people watch part 1, they're gonna be like, I don't know what's going on. Everything's confusing. I didn't like it.
And that's why, if they're there, that's why I'm up here with it, because I had that understanding, like, oh, the story's not done yet.
Yeah, it's not done.
It's not done yet.
You gave me a part 1.
Yeah. And I can't wait.
Then a part 2 is going to come and we're like, oh, okay.
Even on DC, that's my thing with Marvel movies. Sometimes Marvel movies are Lego pieces to get you someplace else, like, to redirect you something. That's another story.
That's real. But yeah, this is only part 1.
Only? We don't know how, we ain't got no information on,
Part 2?
Yeah.
No. Even though World, we kind of found out like a month later.
Well, just give it to me this year. That's all.
Ooh, that's steep, but let's see.
You asking for too much?
Maybe.
Okay, if you're not gonna give me a part 2 this year, give me another animation. Give me another something in the Tomorrowverse.
Like what though?
Yeah, I know.
This is all together now.
Here. I know.
Everyone's here.
Like, what? Everyone's here. Like,
oh,
what?
I'm just lolly over here while that shit was going on. The dark matter was killing Earths, and I'm just chilling in this Earth. No, that's not happening, bro.
You're right. Everyone's busy. Right back. Yeah. That's it for DC news. Please check that out. Or if you have checked that out, let us know what you think.
But if you haven't, please. World was first.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's not even what was first. There's a whole.
You need to start off with Superman, Man of Tomorrow. If you want to start watching into Tomorrowverse and get to where we are, start off with Superman, Man of Tomorrow. And
then Google the Tomorrowverse, and you'll see.
As a matter of fact, I'll do it. We ain't gotta do all that. I'll clip them. Not only will I clip them, I'll give them a picture. On next to the video, they can see the whole rack of movies for them they could choose to.
But that's what we're gonna do. Till next time, y'all.